Howdy friends, pipe smoking community. Marshal Bailey here, sitting on the porch of the studio barn here at Swinging Gate Ranch. And it is an absolutely beautiful fall day. My sweetheart cowgirl Janie's sitting right over there off camera. Say hi to him, Janie girl.
Hi.
We've been out painting and trying to get some things done that way today, so that's what we've been doing on this Saturday. I wanted to do a Yabo today. I got some real neat stuff from my friend Wolfgang Ludwig over there in northern Germany. And so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to open up this and find out what all I got from Wolfgang, although I've already opened it up. But uh, I'm just going to show you what we got. This box that came in there, bright yellow. But anyway, that's kind of cool to get a box from overseas. And inside the box, I'll put that up over here on top of the barrel. All this came in a what is that? A shopping bag from Flensburg. That's the town he lives in right there. And so anyway, why, we'll open it up. Now he sent a bunch of postcards. I didn't bring the postcards out, but he sent some postcards showing how beautiful it was over there, and just really nice, really nice town. But anyway, here's a few of the things he sent. One of them was a tin of sweet vanilla honeydew pipe tobacco made in the EC by Dan Tobacco, Germany. Where that is right there. Look at that. Boy, it smells good too. It really does. It smells great. Now, Wolfgang himself's not much of an aromatic guy, and when he sent this over, he told me so. He said, I don't know nothing about aromatics, but I'm going to get you something I think you might like. So there's this, and it's cut different than the tobacco I'm used to. See, it's like that. Yeah. And real long, stringy tobacco, but it's really moist and oh, it smells good. Smokes good too. Really does. And that was one of the things he sent along there. Then he sent me a tin of this. This is, I'm going to try to pronounce this right. I might not get it, but Pele Rasmussen, sweet and mellow. And that's a real nice burley that he sent over. And it just, I'm going to smoke some of that here. It almost smells like cookies or something. It's just, that's good stuff. Why? Nice and moist. And then he sent over some of Dance Club wild berries. And it's got a great smell to it too. It just smells just like it looks. And last but not least on the tobaccos, he sent me high grade Singleton sweet and cool smoking burley. So right there we go. Man, I'm going to be in the tobacco smoking business. And then he was nice enough to send me one of these. I never had one of these in my life. That is, I've seen them. I know what it is. That is a lighter for a pipe. Kind of got the right angle snout on it there. And then he sent a great pen here with him and his wife's nickname on there, Giddy and Wolf. So I'm going to show that to you right there. Isn't that great? Oh, anyway, Wolfgang, you just really went all out. I sure appreciate that. And I got a nice thing fixed up for you too. And so I sure do appreciate you. I don't know what to say. I just thank you so much. That was just wonderful. So today, what I'm going to do while we're talking here, I am going to smoke some of this that he sent me, the Pele Rasmussen Sweet and Mellow. And we'll just load some of it up here in the pipe for you. For me, not for you, for me. But you can watch me do it. Now, what kind of thing is that? That is high entertainment, isn't it? Whenever you get to sit and watch somebody else load up a pipe and smoke it. But anyway, it's been a beautiful day around here. My goodness, we've had a lot of pretty days, haven't we, Janie?
About a week.
About a week of it. It just waiting for the other shoe to drop. Although I think fall's when it's prettiest. Anyway, using my old 30-30 shell for a tamper. Here's that lighter. Look at that, huh? Look at that. Good stuff. That's real. I never have smoked any foreign tobacco that I know of. But that is really good stuff. Thank you, Wolfgang. Wogy73, I sure appreciate it. Well, Wolfgang made mention, that's good stuff. Of course, I'm just smoking it in my corn cob pipe. And what is that? That's a Patriot, I think, model. But Wolfgang had asked me a couple of different times through our letters and stuff that we'd written back and forth, our notes, if I would do some cowboy poetry. So, Wolfgang, this one is just for you. I'm going to do you a piece of classic cowboy poetry. Now, cowboy poetry is the same as anything else, okay? You get to talking about different guys that's doing it, and it's amongst those guys that's doing it, there are what you would call the kings, the guys that do it best. And of the guys that do it best, that write the masterpieces, one of my favorites is Bruce Kiskadden. Now, Bruce Kiskadden lived way back in the times of the cowboys in the late 1800s, and he actually drove cattle in some of the cattle drives when everybody was interested in. And so when he wrote his cowboy poetry, it was about those times, and he did it rather well, I gotta say. But this particular piece of poetry, what makes it so great, I think, is even though it's a piece of cowboy poetry, it relates to everyone. And you'll see what I mean here in just a minute. And because it's fall, because I'm smoking a corn cob pipe, it's the perfect poem to do. And the name of it is When They Finish Shipping Cattle in the Fall. I'll see if I can remember it all for you. If I can't, I'll read it off the back of my eyelids, and that's a whole different story. Well, you're not exactly blue, but you don't feel like you do in the winter or on those long, hot summer days. And the feelings and the weather kind of sort of go together, and you're quiet in a dreamy autumn haze. When that last big steer's been goaded up that chute and safely loaded, and the summer crew has ceased to hit the ball, that's when a fella sets to dragging towards the home ranch with the wagon when they finish shipping cattle in the fall. There ain't two men left a standing for the job of winter branding. Your old partner there is a loafing by your side in a brand new saddle that's a creaking. And you can't hear him speaking, so you figure it's going to be a quiet ride. But you savvy one another. Yeah, you know him like a brother. He's not unfriendly, he's just quiet, that's all. He's just a thinking while he's dragging towards the home ranch with the wagon when they finish shipping cattle in the fall. The old saddle horses are stringing, an easy walk they're swinging in behind the old chuck wagon, moving slow. They're all weary, gaunt, jaded from all the mud and sage they've waded, and well, they've settled down to business long ago. Not a horse is acting sporty, not a horse is feeling snorty. Now back in the spring, them brutes was full of buck and ball. But now they're gentle as they're dragging towards the home ranch with the wagon when they finish shipping cattle in the fall. The old cook, he leads retreat, sitting high on his wagon seat, got his old hat pulled forward down over his head. He used to let got the hat pulled forward over his head. He used to make that old team hustle, but now he scarcely moves a muscle. Fella might imagine that he's dead, except his old corn cob pipe, it's a smoking as he lets that team go poking, hitting every hump and holler in the road. Nah, old cook, he ain't been a drinking, he's just setting there and he's thinking about all the people and all the places that he's knowed. You watch the dust go trailing, two little clouds go sailing. There's a big mirage like a lake up in the timbers tall. Yeah, it's lonesome when you're dragging towards the home ranch with the wagon when they finish shipping cattle in the fall. Well, you make a camp at night and you got a fire burning bright, but nobody's got all that much to say. In the spring, you sung and hollered. Now you just kind of get your coffee swallered and you crawl into them blankets right away. Watch that old moon a-shining up there in that soft blue lining. Breathe in that frosty night air, clean and cool. You can hear the night horses shifting, and that's when your memory goes to drifting back to that little village where you once went to school, with its little narrow streets and all the kids you used to meet out on the common where you used to play baseball. But now you're lonesome and you're dragging towards that home ranch with the wagon when they finish shipping cattle in the fall. And your old school sweetheart, Cindy Lou, she had these eyes of honest blue. She was the winner of the hometown talent show. Ah, sure you loved her. Lord, that was more than 40 years ago. And your memory starts to roam from old Mexico to Nome, from the Rio Grande up to the Powder River, about all the things you seen and done, and some was lots of fun. But there was them other things that kind of make you shiver. Like that fella named Reed got caught up in that stampede. That was way up north. You helped to dig his grave. Your good friend, Jim, the boss, got hung up on his horse, and, well, the fellas just couldn't reach in time to save. You was there when Ed got his'n. The kid that killed him still in prison. Old Lucky George, he struck it rich, and he's living high. Poor old Tom got off the worst. He broke his leg and died of thirst. My gosh, that must have been an awful way to die. And the winters at the ranches, in them old time country dances when everyone was sociable and gay, you used to lead 'em up the middle just a prancing to that fiddle. Never thought of going home till break of day. Ah, there's no use for trying for sleeping when these memories come a-creeping. Sometimes you think you hear their voices call. When you're lonesome and you're dragging towards the home ranch with the wagon, when they finish shipping cattle in the fall. There you go. One of my favorite old poems. I might have missed a line or two, but that's close enough. Well, once again, I'm happy to be friends with you there, Wolfgang, and look forward to communicating with you some more. Maybe we can get over there and meet you and Liddy someday. That'd be great. But I'm going to close on out here for this video, and hope you enjoyed my little poem. Thank you once again there, Wolfgang. Appreciate it. And we'll see y'all real soon. Bye-bye.